The Newsday continues here on One News Now. I'm Jess De Los Santos. The COVID-19 reproduction number in Metro Manila slides to 1.03. That's from 2.60 recorded a week ago. Octa Research Group's Professor Guido David reports that the one-week growth rate in NCR has decreased to negative 50%. David has earlier said that COVID-19 figures in NCR are also tracking slightly below their January 20 projections. However, the group says residents must continue to be cautious as NCR is still at very high risk, with average daily attack rates standing at 61. Negative growth rate has been recorded in NCR, Cavite, Rizal, and Bulacan, while a high one-week growth rate has been reported in Mountain Province, Ilocos Norte, Davao del Sur, Apayao, Iloilo, Ifugao, and Cebu. Yesterday, the Health Department recorded almost 30,000 new COVID-19 cases in the country, bringing the total to over 3.4 million. 7.5% of these cases are still active. There were 67 new deaths on Sunday, while almost 37,000 have recovered. Now, health facilities in Agusan del Sur are now filled to the brim with COVID-19 patients, though the province has yet to officially confirm the presence of the Omicron variant. The LGU is already assuming the worst. Gemma Vansenia with the details.
This 72-year-old COVID patient was gasping for air while being intubated outside the emergency room of Democrito O Plaza Memorial Hospital in Agusan del Sur. He was temporarily placed here while waiting for vacancy inside the critical care unit, which is currently filled with patients. His daughter, who is looking after her, also got infected with the virus.
Inaalaw na ng Diyos ano pa magagawa namin? Masama daw pakiramdam niya. Inuubo siya, di na makahinga. Kapag lalakad siya, pag tumayo, di na siya makahinga.
The 62-bed facility at the back of the hospital is also in full capacity. Manpower was not spared. 25% of the hospital's workers are currently in isolation after getting the virus, affecting the facility's operation.
Our hospital healthcare workers are being affected with the COVID-19 facility in every hospitals. More than 100% na sa capacity yung ina-admit. Our fingers not to get into the critical stage sa mga patient, but we do not know.
Other COVID facilities in the province are also full of patients. This is one of the reasons why Agusan del Sur's LGU is now planning to impose stricter quarantine measures. Another problem in the province is the shortage of medicines, particularly paracetamol. Some pharmacies say supplies have already run out since last week.
Ngayong week may dumating na stock pero kaunti lang. Limited lang. Naubos din after 3 days.
The Provincial Health Office says the Omicron variant may already be here in Agusan del Sur, but official figures have yet to confirm this as the LGU is still waiting for the test results for the specimen they sent to the Philippine Genome Center.
We need to assume that Omicron is already here in Agusan del Sur. Yung complacency natin in wearing mask properly, wala na. The vaccine itself only give us 70 to 85 or 90% of the immunity. Para sa amo ang magod sa health, the remaining percentage should be up to the people how to protect themselves.
For News 5, Gemma Vansenia, we are One News.
The Bureau of Quarantine reports that up to 10 to 14% of passengers arriving in the country daily test positive for COVID-19. This translates to around 300 of the almost 3,000 arrivals monitored per day. In a Laging Handa briefing, BOQ Deputy Director Dr. Roberto Salvador said the Bureau has now opened additional isolation facilities to accommodate more arriving passengers.
Nag-start na po na nagbukas tayo ng mas maraming isolation facility para po lahat ng mga nag-positive sa quarantine facility maita-transfer ng Bureau of Quarantine sa mandatory isolation government facilities po. So nagbukas na po tayo sa within NCR po yung Summit Hotel, Manila Prince, Athletes Village po sa Tarlac. Ang capacity po natin is 500, bukas na rin po. And even in Batangas po, Canyon Cove, Canyon Wood. So marami na po tayong binuksan po na isolation facility.
The Health Department is implementing a new policy called the One COVID Allowance. Under this policy, healthcare workers will be classified depending on the risk they face in their duties. Those classified as high risk will receive 9,000 pesos per month, while those under moderate risk will receive 6,000 pesos, and those under low risk will get 3,000 pesos. But Health Undersecretary Maria Rosario Vergere assured health workers that those working in hospitals will always be tagged as high risk. This means that they will always receive the maximum SRA.
Yung one COVID allowance. Ito po ay ipapatupad natin para mas marami po tayong healthcare workers na mabigyan, maging mas rational din po ang ating pag-iestima kung sino ang dapat makatanggap at kung ano yung klase ng risk ng bawat healthcare worker.
COMELEC will start printing automated election system or AES ballots for BARM this morning. Recall that the printing of official ballots for the May 2022 polls has started yesterday morning. The printing of manual ballots for the overseas absentee voting and the local absentee voting have been completed. In other news, the low-pressure area in Mindanao continues to move closer to Surigao City. As of 3 a.m. today, the LPA was spotted about 445 kilometers east of Surigao City. Pag-asa says it is unlikely to develop into a tropical depression, but it is expected to pass through the Visayas and Mindanao areas in the coming days. The trough of the LPA is forecast to bring cloudy skies and scattered rain showers over eastern and central Visayas, as well as Caraga, northern Mindanao, and the Davao region today. Meanwhile, Pag-asa's Deputy Administrator for Research Development, Esperanza Cayanan, said that the LPA will have no impact on the Angat Dam. Thus, she urges people to still conserve water amid thinning reserves. As of 6 a.m. today, the water level at the Angat Dam has dropped to 198.23 meters. This is nearly 14 meters below the normal high water level of 212 meters.
So sa ngayon po, yung Angat Dam natin ay patuloy na bumababa na yung level dahil wala tayong masyadong ulan dito sa bandang Luzon. So medyo kailangan po nating magtipid ng tubig.
Here's a quick look at some of today's headlines. Hashtag Marcos Duwag trended over the weekend. That's after presidential aspirant Bongbong Marcos skipped an interview hosted by veteran journalist Jessica Soho. Reproduction rate in Metro Manila continues to go down, but the health department says it's still too early to downgrade to alert level 2. And Mark Magnifico Magsayo remains undefeated and is now the new WBC featherweight champion. And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Jess De Los Santos. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe. Philippines, we are One News.